Hey, Graffiti King here, talking about the James Patterson business model. And he is an author of many novels, dozens at least, and he's been very successful for well over 20 years. So it's worth studying the way he approached it, which I think is very obvious at this point. He was an advertising executive. He was in the business of selling goods to customers. It's just that plain, right? Then he decided he wanted to get in the novel business. So he approached it just like he would approach a product launch. And I believe he used 4 stages. Here they are. First, he figured out who the customer was. I believe in his case, they are mostly female gender readers of mystery novels. He also has a lot of thrillers and suspense type books, and that would skew more male. But I think when he started, he was mostly going after the female reader of mysteries. And he also, his second step was he studied the formula. And mysteries are very formulaic. You have a hero or a detective or a police officer, something bad happens, they are involved both personally and in terms of whatever crisis is presented to them. And things happen along the way, right? They get knocked in the head, something surprising happens, a family member dies along the way. So they weave the topic of, the crime or the mystery in with personal details, and it creates a very compelling environment. So once he's figured out stages 1 and 2, which is the audience and the formula, he did something revolutionary at the time, and he was working with a publisher and said, we're going to advertise these books on TV. And this is pre-internet. And so he essentially invented the internet book trailer, but for television. And he was very insistent on it, and because he understood the customer and the formula, he was able to also create advertising that spoke to his potential buyer. The fourth stage for James Patterson was that he flooded the market with his mass-produced product. I do believe in the beginning he was churning these things out by himself. Then he's got a lot of co-authors and apparently also a lot of ghostwriters, basically churning out product. He's a McDonald's or he's a Best Buy or what have you. It is a franchise experience. I don't know if he looked at Stephen King's experience, but Stephen King, I think, evolved a little bit more naturally, and he became America's horror writer. So I think James Patterson decided he was going to set out and create a similar brand in mysteries. He identified in 4 steps the customer, the formula. He created advertising, and then he flooded the market with product. It's really that simple. He probably is toward the end of his career now, but who knows? Lots of authors, estates have deals where people carry on the series or the franchise after their demise. So I think he was very savvy. I think it's an element of luck, element of talent for sure. I read a couple of his books way back in the day. So I think he's good. I think he had good timing, and I think he followed a plan. If you're thinking of becoming any kind of a content creator, whether it be books, mysteries, thrillers, video, audio, think about the James Patterson model I've outlined here. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to get some of our books, which talk about formula, click on the link under the message. We've got a great book. It's kind of a whopper that goes into the formula behind million-dollar products. We cover 120 case studies, very similar to this, that show how to assemble something for an audience. We've also got a business book on the emotional triggers that make people buy. Again, click on the link under the message to get your copies of our books, and we will see you soon.